So let's just keep it real, right? Let's keep it real as it can be. Life is freaking exhausting. Like, it gets to a point where exhausting and fatigued just becomes an understatement. Okay, like, you just be like, okay, you know what? That's enough. And it's not even on the type of timing of like you feel depressed or you feel suicidal. Trigger warning, sorry. But you just be like tired. Like, you just be tired. You just be like, okay, I've had enough. I'd like to clock out now. I like to check out now. At least I know I do. So if you're new to the channel, I'm Maya the Goat. Hello, CEO and founder of the Goat Portrait Creativity brand. Y'all already know it's always and forever Big Goat Nation. If you're a part of Big Goat Nation, thank you for being here. If you're new, thank you for being here. Either way, let's roll. Okay, let's do this. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna be honest. My eyes are a bit puffy because I've been crying. This has been one of those risings where I woke up and it was just heavy. The heaviness just fell upon me. I couldn't do anything to stop it. You know, you have all these methods, right? And all these ways of going about and approaching, gaining a sense of control. You know what I mean? Like some type of form of control over life, like grabbing it by its horns before it can grab you, you know. We have those things, and sometimes that just doesn't matter because we are meant to experience what we're meant to experience in life, including heavy emotions, right? So I woke up to, sorry, I'm distracted by this dust on my screen. I woke up to density today. And so I said that because I don't like the way my eyes look. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Boom. Boom, because I'm not feeling it. Like, that's vulnerable for me, but I'm being vulnerable enough to say, okay, this rising, I woke up and things were dense and I cried. I cried so good. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like, there have been some emotions that I had been avoiding and suppressing, and that's so freaking funny for somebody like me because I feel so much and I'm made to feel so much, but every now and then I'll get into this state or this phase or this season where I'm kind of just coasting, whether it's because I'm distracting myself or I don't really have time to dive into my emotions or whatever the case may be. I don't feel, I don't feel what needs to be felt, what needs to come up and be acknowledged and released, for my energy workers out here, my transmuters, okay, alchemists, y'all know what I'm talking about. But life can be exhausting, and I found myself looking at so many different angles of my life, like with this deep sense of discontentment, this deep sense of dissatisfaction. Like, okay, what am I doing again? Like, why, what's going on? Like, I was just, and it's not that I was confused about where I am and what's going on. Like, it was very clear to me what kind of space I was in, but it was just like, why am I here? Like, I don't feel like I should be here. Ain't it so funny how we result to those type of mentalities? Like, oh, I don't feel like I should be here, so let me just not allow myself to be here. Let me avoid this. Let me avoid that. No. Okay. Energy and motion. That's what emotions are. Energy and motion. And I, for one, in all of my 29.75 years on this earth, okay, have been made to surrender to emotional mastery. So I know what emotions are. I know how to use them. I know what to do with them. I know how not to allow them to consume me and control me or anything like that. But it always gets to this point where I still become or acknowledge my humanity. Like, I'm human. Okay? And if I got some shit to feel, I'ma feel it. God damn it. Okay? And so, me being aware of, I'm not an astrologer, disclaimer, but just me being aware of like the transits and the season we're in. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in eclipse season. Okay. We just had a new moon in Virgo. Okay. We just wrapped up a Mercury retrograde in Leo. See, I'm not an astrologer, but I be knowing a little know. You know, I be in the know enough to know. You know, and so when you have a mental awareness of what's going on, you kind of try to like logicalize. That's not a word, I don't think, but you try to like logic your way out of your emotions, and that's just not how the shit works, or is at least supposed to work. Um, and so I'm like, yo, this eclipse season thus far, they say you feel it a month in advance. The first eclipse is on September 7th in Pisces. I'm not sure when next is. I'm not into the deep details, but I do know they said you will feel the effects of it building up. This is like a shadow season, like a month before. So let's just say since August 7th. And since August 7th, oh my God, please spare me. That's just how the fuck I've been feeling. Like, please spare me. The dramatics, the theatrics, the chaos, even if it's just inside. Because your world doesn't nearly have to be on fire for you to experience these feelings and come to these spaces where it's just like, it's a lot the fuck going on and I'm overwhelmed, right? So I tried to be logical about, like, okay, I had seen a few channel readings about, like, you know, okay, this is going to be a pretty emotional ride, you know, so just prepare for that. And me knowing that, um, so I started smoking weed again. I don't like not smoke weed, but I started to smoke weed again on some, it was the intention behind why I started smoking the weed again. Like, it can start with, oh, I just want to get me a joint today. Like, that'll be nice. And it can just spiral into some whole other shit. And I consciously sat there and watched myself do it. Okay, it was a lot going on. I had a promotional season going on with my book. By the way, Perotica, a book of erotic poetry, okay, is available on Amazon.com. Okay, I will drop into the description the link and all that good stuff. But I had just wrapped up my promotional season and decided to like get off social media because I'm not a social media girl like that. Like, I didn't really want to be, after being immersed into social media for like 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks during that. No, it was 4 weeks during that promotional season. I'm like, okay, I need to bag up. I need some time to myself. Okay, hermit my ass up out of here. Go in my shell, just kind of like decompress and then figure out what's next, because I just finished a project. I didn't know what was next after this project, but I just finished this project, so now I got to go regroup. That's what I was doing. And during this time, you know, all the emotions, I think I haven't smoked in like maybe like 4 or 5 days or something. I don't know. I've gone periods of time without smoking. Like, I've gone at least a month without smoking before. Like, it's not the end of the world, but it's like life just started beating me up. Like, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, wait a minute, because I was being fooled. I thought I was on a high, and I was. I was on a high. I was high. Okay, but it was some stuff up underneath that was meant to come up at this time, and there was nothing I could do to avoid it. Nothing. And so, like I said, I started feeling like every aspect of my life, I started feeling like a freaking failure. I'm like, but my career, my love life, my finances, my friendships, my health. Okay, so sorry y'all. My iPhone needed to cool down apparently before I could use it again. Is what it said. But yeah, I just got into this space where like every aspect of my life I felt like I was not satisfied, and if this is just not where I want to be, and getting into that whole mentality, right? And it was valid, it was fair, everything I was feeling. Like, I started thinking about so much past shit, like past people, past experiences, like just getting fed up with everything and just feeling like, okay, this is not it, right? Um, like the opposite of Michael Jackson. Like, this is not it. You know how this is it? No, this is not it. Is That's how I was feeling, right? So it came to that point, and I'm like, okay, I had this whole beautiful moment after all the crying, and I mean, I cried hard because I feel deeply. Whether or not what I'm feeling is facts, I have to feel it because it's just energy, right? It's density. So I have to take that heaviness and transform it into lighter energy because otherwise I'm not going to be able to truly move past it, move through it. Because it's not just about getting over something, it's about getting through it, right? So I'm telling y'all, I could do a whole course on emotional mastery. And I'm not perfect. Obviously, I'm still human, but I could do a whole course on emotional mastery because of what I've been made to experience and how deeply I'm made to feel in life. So I had a crying whole moment. It drained me. I had plans today, not like deep plans, not heavy plans, but I had plans today, and that kind of just like derailed. Like this right here, this video is not even a part of my plans. It was not. But I felt called to do it after going and rescuing myself out of darkness, transmuting the energy, taking a shower, and getting the fuck up. Okay, that's just what you get. We fall down, but we get up. Okay, that's just what the fuck happens. That's how you supposed to do that shit. So once I did that, or before I did that, it was kind of like after I like came down. Cause let me tell you something. When I'm emotional, it's not like no, oh, I'm just shedding tears, bitch. I'm sobbing. You would think somebody died or somebody broke my heart, and the whole time life is just disappointing me. The whole time I'm just not satisfied with what's going on around me, which in itself is valid, you know. But the point is, I was like, so what I do is I do voice journaling, voice memos, voice notes where I record myself journaling, just saying how I feel. And it's very beneficial, especially if you just got a lot that you want to say and you don't want your hand to start cramping up. Cause oh baby, I don't need my hand starting to cramp up because that's not gonna allow me to get out the full range of what I need to say. So I long ago started doing voice journaling, voice noting. Um, and I did today. I think it might have been like 24 minutes, 22 minutes, something like that. But I did a voice journal. It's a very sacred practice for me because from where it starts and then where I end up at the end, oh my God, it's such a beautiful journey. Every single time I've done this, like, and it can range from anywhere from 8 minutes to doggone 42 minutes. Like whatever time and space I need in that moment, I allow myself to get it out. Because first I gotta feel it. That's the thing about me. Some people can immediately dive into intellectualizing their emotions. Not me. No, I could sit there and try to think about it, but I can't because the waves are coming up. I cannot stop feeling enough to think about this shit. Like literally, I have to feel it. Okay, yay me. Yay me. I'm excited. But no. So I'm sitting here thinking about this. I mean, feeling it. And then I can go and actually start to break down what it is that I felt. You know, tears might still arise while I'm doing the breakdown, you know, during the actual journaling aspect of it. But in the midst of that, I'm able to better see and dissect what it is I was really feeling because I don't know I know what I'm feeling while I'm feeling it, but when you're that deeply immersed into your feelings, I ain't them type of people. People be like, "Peace." What she say? Pick up your feelings. No, I be in my feelings. I'm one of them ones. Deep goes into them feelings because that's where the treasure's at. That's where the gold at. So like I say, when I do voice journaling, from the beginning to the end, y'all would not believe how beautiful it ends up being. Like because it's like my higher self comes down to talk to me after I'm get whatever I want to say out and dissect my what I was feeling and all of that, then my higher self will come down and be like, okay, Maya, you know, this is this, this is this, this is this, but I promise you, this is this, this. Don't worry, this is this, this. You know, really comes and soothes me, comforts me, and I feel like that's like, I feel like other people's support, I don't even like getting it anymore, or even like I feel like there's no point in desiring it because my higher self does the job. She does. So by the end of this specific voice journaling memo, um, I was just like, wow. Like, it was so necessary. Like, this whole rising, everything I went through was so necessary. And I had to remind myself about that regarding just this eclipse season and everything that's coming up right now. It's so necessary. Like, life is exhausting, okay? And sometimes it got them hands on them. Oh my God. Life got them hands, so don't sit here and act like Earth School like one of the toughest schools you could sign up for. I say I got the audacity, me. I got the audacity to not only sign up for one of the toughest schools in the universe, but I also decided to sign up for a tough ass major. Like, yeah, this time let's go learn about spirituality and emotional mastery and alchemy and all that shit. Like, you know how you just have to look at yourself. Like, okay, higher self, I see what you was doing. I see what the bigger picture is when I zoom out from the details, but this was a lot. It was. And you saying I signed up for it. Did. Nothing in my soul denies the fact that I signed up for this shit. Every single little piece of detail. So I say all this to say, like, if you resonate and if you've hung in there thus far, life can be and it is exhausting. But it's not, because I don't like discrediting or invalidating people's feelings. Because I don't like discrediting or invalidating my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy for somebody to be like, yeah, like, just hang in there, bitch. You don't know what's going on over here to just tell me to just hang in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you'll be, no, you don't know what I'll be. You don't know. This could be the last time. No BS. Like, this could be the very last time in my last strike. Like, for life. And I could just, I'm not going to take it there. But my point is, you never know where somebody's at. Like, their wits end. And you sitting here telling them, no, it's going to be okay. Like, sometimes somebody ain't nobody trying to hit it. Anybody trying to hit it, so realistically speaking, I hold space for you all, who resonate with just life being exhausting and you just don't know how much energy you can give. Because I swear, I didn't even expect to get up and make this video. Like, a shower gonna do it for me every time. I ain't gonna lie. Water is so cleansing and so healing. And it helps me get my mind right. I do these. I take intentional showers. Like, I do specifically a ritual, a routine in my showers that allows me to come up out that motherfucker like ready to embrace whatever the fuck is next. Because that's just the journey. That is just the journey. You know what I mean? Like, and y'all, I have this little. It's like a vanity mirror. Shout out to Five Below because it was cheap as fuck. It actually wasn't mine originally, but I used it, and I have it, and so it has a little light on it, and it's in the shape of a heart, right? It's just the cutest little thing. And for some reason, I think I was like, I don't know if I was putting in my contacts or something. I don't know what I was doing, but I picked it up, I cut on the light, and I looked in it, and I held it up like to my eyes, and y'all, I seen the light from the outline of the heart of the mirror in my eyes. So I'm looking in a mirror. I'm looking in the heart mirror, but I'm seeing the reflection of it through my eyes. And I was just like, how beautiful. Like, heart eyes out this motherfucker, literally. Like, it was so beautiful. This was after me taking my shower and everything, so it was just like, there's always this moment where I just realized, okay, that was worth it. I don't know how that shit could be worth it, but it was worth it. This was just one moment, one rising, a few hours of my journey, and we've been here for hours and hours. It's been days and days, years and years. That was just one moment where I was so overwhelmed and felt like I couldn't take it. And at the end of the day, after my shower and everything I went through and everything I did, I had hard eyes. Do you see what I'm saying? It's looking at life in that way. It's adjusting your perception when you're able to. Because when you're immersed in that shit, you're not always able to. And that's okay, people. I'm here to tell you that's doggone okay. Feel your feelings. I'm tired of motherfuckers walking around acting like, no. That's how we get sick, ladies and gentlemen. Acting like we don't have feelings. Pushing down our feelings. Get out your feelings and get in the bed. Why I can't do both? If you really got it like that, you can do both. You can go get your bag and be. This is me getting a bag. Somehow, some way, this is gonna turn into a bag for me. Because I consciously chose to feel my feelings. I didn't have a choice, but I still chose. I could have made somehow, some way, got up and got a joint, found some alcohol or something to indulge in. I could have did something. I could have even got on Netflix, because I wanted to do that too. Like, let me just distract myself with my show. I love to dive into the shows. Okay, I could have did something that took me away from that moment, and I didn't. I didn't. I chose to push through that shit. I needed to. And at the end, I had heart eyes. Life can be exhausting. Life can be exhausting, ladies and gentlemen, but don't let it fool you. Don't let a moment, don't let a bad hour, don't let a bad day, don't let a bad week fool you. Don't let a bad year fool you. I say it's always better to be curious about the good that's possible to come. When you think about just not wanting to do life anymore, you know, be curious instead of, what's the word? Conclusive. Be curious instead of conclusive. Don't assume. Don't come to these conclusions and you have no idea. You don't know what's on the other side of all the motherfucking pain and exhaustion. You don't know, ladies and gentlemen. You just don't know. You don't know. Okay? But when you know, you know. All right. So just, I wanted to come and speak. I have to always make sure if I'm going to do a video that I want to speak from a place of spirit instead of ego. And it's not always the case that I'm speaking from a place of spirit. And when I'm not, it doesn't really flow like it's flowing right now. You dig what I'm saying? It's all energy. But this was something that I feel like needed to be expressed. And I have a few timeless videos that I still have to upload, but I'm gonna upload this like ASAP because this is during eclipse season, and I feel like the people that need it right now need it right now. There's a reason that I was in this space today, here, now. Okay, on August 28th, 2025. At what time is it? I don't even know, but you get the point. Okay. So, and I was gonna go in nature, which I still might. I was gonna go in nature, in the trees and stuff, and just find your comfort. There is something. Once you allow yourself. Sorry, I'm distracted. There's a whole helicopter, or is that a plane? No, I think it's a helicopter. But yeah, go do something, man. Like, and even if you can't, like, if you don't have like the resources or the funds or something to do something, like, do something that you can do in whatever space you're in to find comfort after the exhaustion, after the pain, after the emotion. And just know that storms always pass. I was a storm watcher from the time I was like in middle school. I would literally just sit on my porch. Like an old woman. They used to call me that. Like just an old woman. Just sit on my porch and watch the storms. And I would sit out there until they literally passed. Because that's what they do. That's what they do. Okay, so that's pretty much my message. Life can be exhausting, but don't let it fool you. Life can be exhausting, but hang in there. Life can be exhausting, and sometimes you just don't want to hear that shit. But I believe in you the same way I believe in me, and I believe in humanity, and I believe in the good, the greater good that's going to come of everything that we experience as a collective consciousness. And I love you, whoever you may be. I love you. Like, if you really resonating with me, you know what I'm saying? Let me know something. Like, I'm getting used to this whole content creation journey, but you can drop it in the comments. You can, subscribe, of course. Join the family. Join Big Goat Nation. You can like it. You can share it with a friend or whoever. Just if it really did something for you. Or you could just appreciate it for yourself and just keep it for yourself. Because sometimes we just need those moments. And I'm here in this moment for you. And I'm going to continue to be. I'm going to continue to get the fuck up after I've fallen down. I'm going to continue to wipe my eyes after I've cried. I'm going to continue. Because that's what I'm here for. I don't see no point in me going through all this just to give up. I don't, and you shouldn't either. Especially if you feel it deep down in your soul that you meant for greater. That something beautiful is to come of your life and your journey. Please. Just know, life can be exhausting. But you, my love, beautiful ladies and gentlemen, you got this. Okay. Until we meet again. Again, I'm Maya the Goat. Share your love with me, man. Comment, subscribe, like, do what you do, and we will be talking again really soon. It's time for me to get into this. Okay, I'm here for y'all. I love y'all. Peace.